They had a disagreement, and the Meccan person slapped the person from Medina, and they started fighting with one another. And then suddenly the Medinan person called people from Medina, and the Meccan person called people from Mecca, please help me. And there was about a clash. The Prophet intervened and all was settled. But this person got the opportunity, Abdullah bin Ubay. And he said, look at them. And he used very harsh words. He said, the saying among the Arabs that if you feed the dog, one day the dog will bite your own hand, but the hand that was feeding him. And that's exactly what these people from Makkah have done. They've come over here, and he's slapping now us. We are the honorable people, and they are the weak and inferior people. Once we reach Medina back, we will kick out these weak people. The honorable people will kick out the weak people. And Allah says, وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَكِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Again, the honor and dignity belongs to Allah, His Messenger, and those who are truly believers. True is that true honor and dignity belongs to them. But these hypocrites have no understanding of that. Because their understanding comes from wealth, status, position. That's their dignity, whereas that is not dignity. Wealth is wealth. Wealth has nothing to do with dignity. Wealth has nothing to do with honor. Yeah? Status meaning social status. The person is considered in one part of the world, one person is considered, one family is considered, these are noble people. In another part, all the people are considered as noble people. Allah says that's not nobility. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Nobility is only recognized by taqwa, by God consciousness, by God fearing. A person who is more God fearing is more noble. A person who is less God fearing is less noble. There is no nobility based on birth from an Islamic perspective. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions وَلَكِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, that these people have this understanding that honor and dignity will come from wealth, status, and the way you present yourselves materially. This is where hypocrisy comes in. This is where Muslims of today need to wake up and find themselves, where are we staying? Let's read the 9th verse now, which is the crux of this surah. Allah says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O you believers who claim to be believers, not the munafiqin. We looked at the munafiqin, we looked at the hypocrites, what they do, what their qualities are. Now it's those who are not. O believers, La tulhikum amwalukum wa la awladukum an zikr. Your wealth and your families should not prevent you from the reminders of Allah, from remembrance and reminding of, because that's what the hypocrites do. Their concept of dignity, their concept of nobility comes from wealth and family. Your concept should not be like that. If your concept is like that, وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ, if you do that, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ, you will be the worst losers. You will be the worst losers. So again, this is how the first generation was reformed. The first generation was transformed because they gave up the social norms which were wrong and replaced them with those social norms, with those levels and criterias which were right. If we as Muslims don't do that in our personal and community lives, then, as Allah says, we're no different from hypocrites, and we will surely be among the losers. It's a guarantee over here. Allah says, وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ, whoever does this, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ, there's no doubt that they will be the losers. And losers means both the worlds, this one as well as the hereafter. Because in the world you will get no dignity, you will get no honor, and in the hereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ أَحَدُكُمُ الْمَوْتُ فَيَقُولَ رَبِّي لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ. And spend from whatever we have given you. Now, أَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ does not mean just the wealth. Whatever we have given, whatever we have, it could be a quality, it could be a skill, whatever you have. Spend that in the path of Allah. Before the day of death comes, and none of us knows when that will come, meaning now. This is whenever Quran uses this word, before the death day, that means do it, because we don't know the next time will be or will not be. فَيَقُولَ رَبِّي, so that you should not say on the day of judgment, please, oh please Allah, give me one more second, one small tiny chance that I will go back, فَأَصَدَّقَ, I will spend all the money that I had left in my bank balance when I died, وَأَكُن مِّنَ الصَّالِحِينَ, and I'll do everything that would be. There will be no chance. Why? Because the 11th verse says, وَلَن يُؤَخِّرَ اللَّهَ نَفْسًا إِذًا. Whereas Allah has made it a law that nobody ever will be given a second chance. No, there's no second chance. There's only one single chance. And this is the chance which we have to utilize. وَاللَّهُ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. And Allah is fully aware, 100% knowledge of your intentions, of your deeds, of what you do, how you do, why you do. And when Allah knows all of that, so we all have to think, reflect, and then say to ourselves, what am I doing? Why am I doing? And how am I doing? And if it is to do with all these areas of pleasing somebody, pleasing others, then we will never be able to move forward. So this is one of the greatest things that Sahaba had. They did not worry about what people will say. They were not bothered about what people will say. If it was something which was fundamental, they would not stop. They would clearly know that is wrong. Whereas today, what happens, unfortunately, among the Muslim communities, is if something is clearly wrong, and a person understands that this shouldn't be the case, it's not part of our deen, just continue with that just because people will be unhappy with them. And what will the community leaders will be unhappy, or the mosque people will be unhappy, or the family will be regardless, depending on what situation, what circumstances are. And that's not something which Allah says you are doing for my sake, then you're doing somebody else's sake. You're trying to please other people, which is right. Go and ask them for Jannah in the hereafter. Oh, I pleased you in the dunya, now help me. Very cool. You have to please Allah. That's the difference. And this is the difference between hypocrisy in its essence and faith. That person who pleases Allah has faith. And a person who pleases other than Allah, that's hypocrisy. If you were to have a nutshell of a description of how when we practice, one is the belief that a person does not truly believe. That's a theory. And the difference between the theory of hypocrisy and practice. Theory is that when a person does not believe sincerely in the heart, that's theory. Hypocrisy. A person believes sincerely, but is not doing good things, he would be considered as a not so good Muslim, but not a hypocrite. But the practicality of hypocrisy is, who is the person trying to please? Allah? That's the problem. See, everything has got a theory and a behavior. The theory is fair enough, the behavior is this. Who am I trying to please?